About shapes, this is an example. You can't see the whole neck of my guitar in this video frame, but we're talking, this is an F minor chord, 8th fret, C. So, and this is what Herb calls a vamp. In his book, All the Shapes You Are, that's the one where he goes most into extended playing out of a shape or over a chord, because the first book is about blues. The second book is rhythm changes, which are vamps, which are, you can play like one chord or one shape over several chords because the way vamps work, 1, 6, 2, 5, it's kind of all the same. But in All the Shapes You Are, he focuses more long-term on just one chord and different ideas you have on that. And then also 2 5s can be put together, but this is just for this. That's a lot of material out of that shape. So you learn those lines. Then if any chord you're playing out of this shape, pretty much you can do all that stuff or any part of it. I often do this. When I do, what is it, Benny Goodman and Peggy Lee, Why Don't You Do Right? I usually do it D minor. I use that as sort of the intro vamp. But that's where I got it. And you do whatever you want with it. Another quick one is, this is, I think, from Swing Blues, where it's just an example early on, so we're playing out of F. If you do caged, this would be the C shape. But Herb never talks about caged at all. I don't know if he knew the term. He just names them like shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he says you can call them whatever you want. He doesn't care. He doesn't relate them to those chords at all. It's just call them whatever you find convenient. Let's see. So that's a lot of ideas just out of that shape. And you can, that's his whole premise is you connect melodic ideas. That's the main thing, not just, it's what I don't like about caged exactly, because it's like, okay, here is this form and this is the scale. And that doesn't really help you play anything musical any more than anybody else teaching anybody. This is a scale, now improvise with it. It's like, I don't think anybody that's really good at improvising does it that way. But melodic ideas, and he also says, you know, sing what you play what you sing, things you can hear. And so this way, wherever you are on the neck, whatever you're playing, it's, you need something handy there. Joe Pass did this too. He taught caged explicitly, but I don't know if he derived it himself. He might have got that from Bill Thrasher, who helped him on the Joe Pass style. Because I don't know that that's how he learned as much as he thought this is a convenient way to tell people. But he did have those shapes. And so wherever he is, whatever shape he's got, he has melodic ideas that go along with that shape. So he's not trying to play everything the same way everywhere. Different shapes have different things that are convenient. Like one of my favorites is in a rhythm changes. So that's 8 bars. That's an example of 8 bars of rhythm changes. And it's all just right there. But it's not just play the arpeggio or just play the scale or don't think of the arpeggio or don't think of the scale. Like, think of that. And ways you want to vary. Maybe you only got a couple bars or, you know, a lick or a part you take out of it to be the starting point of your own thing. My 2 cents on this Thanksgiving. One reason I wanted to post something today, this is Thanksgiving. I think I joined this forum many, many years ago now, but I'm pretty sure it was on Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving holiday. So I appreciate this forum and all you fine people and some of you not so fine people. It takes all of us, right? Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That's my 2 cents on that. And again, that Herb Ellis Blue Shapes is out of print. It was long ago, and you can find a copy of it somewhere, Scribd or whatever that site is called. It originally came with a cassette. Somebody sent me a version of it where they recorded it later, but the tape was playing slow, like old people like me remember cassette tapes getting old, slowing down. So it's kind of hard to listen to. The talking is slower than anyway. But the three he did later on were Blue Shapes, Rhythm Shapes, and All the Shapes You Are. And it's not heavy on theory at all, but it's a lot of really good lines, and you gotta like that style of playing, which I do. So that's good for me. And it's just like, take the parts of it you like and say, oh, I like this phrase, I like this line, this part here, I don't give a shit about that. So, just leave it aside, and maybe 10 years later come back and say, oh, this is really nice now. So, and then do your own. But it's a good way to organize things. Instead of thinking in scales, instead of just thinking in arpeggios, it's like, this is where my hand is when I'm playing, whatever I'm playing, a chord here and there. It's like, what's here? It's like, what's around this spot? And also, you're learning, even though you don't have to think about it, what the chord tones are, non-chord, more dissonant. But you don't have to think about that consciously. You just sort of develop a sense of hear and feel. And maybe you learn theory later some, and like, oh, that's what that is. That's why that works. It's like, okay. But the sound is the main thing. My 2 cents. Happy Thanksgiving.